Hello everyone, my name is Rachel.
Hello everybody, my name is Chloe.
We're here to tell you a little bit about our experience with the ROC and Age team at the New Hampshire Community Loan Fund this summer. We're going to start by telling you a story. This is Robin Cutter. She's a resident of Fisherville 107, a manufactured housing community in Concord, New Hampshire. So manufactured houses, for those of you who don't know, are just like any other home, except they're made in a factory. The residents of these communities own the home that they live in, but they rent the land underneath. An investor owns that land and decides how much to charge for rent, when necessary repairs will be made, and the rules for that community. One day, in the early 90s, Robin got a knock on her door and was told that the land under her home was up for sale. She didn't know who was going to buy that land and what they were going to do. They could choose to increase the rent often, and they could go neglecting necessary repairs. And so they could even choose to use the land for a completely different purpose. In that case, she would have to move her home if she could find the thousands of dollars that it takes to do so.
And this is when Robin Cutter and the rest of Fisherville 107 were introduced to the ROC New Hampshire program at the New Hampshire Community Loan Fund. The main goal of ROC's work is to convert manufactured housing communities into resident-owned communities. ROC New Hampshire is the largest program at the New Hampshire Community Loan Fund and has been for the past 34 years. Their loan portfolio manages almost $57 million.
So to illustrate the impact of this organization, we'll tell you a little more about how ROC and Age brings about positive social change. So they're really trying to tackle the issue of secured affordable housing and access to capital. The residents of these communities may not have access to capital because of low income, fixed income, or low credit scores. So when the park goes up for sale, ROC and Age goes into the community, organizes them, and talks to them about their rights and options at that moment. One of these options is to form a cooperative with your neighbors and buy the land under your homes and run it as a business. They help the residents through this process through technical assistance, which may mean finding a lawyer and finding engineers to do engineering reports and teaching them how to run this business. They provide ongoing education and training and financing when that might otherwise not be available. They do this through the conversion process and afterwards as well.
The impact of ROC New Hampshire's work is huge. By creating resident-owned communities that are democratically governed by the residents living in them, allow the residents to run their park in a way that works for them. It also gives residents peace of mind knowing that every month the rent that they pay is reinvested into the park to better fit the community. And on a more personal level, it also allows residents like Robin Cutter to become stronger, more confident leaders in their communities. The combination of all of these things together ensures the long-term affordability and sustainability of resident ownership.
During the summer, we got the chance to help the ROC and Age team with some really important projects. One of them was compiling a list of all the vacant lots in all 123 resident-owned communities in New Hampshire. Vacant lots are lost rent revenue for these businesses every single month and can impact their long-term success. So by having more information on the size of these lots and the conditions that they're in, we're able to connect them with resources to get them filled as soon as possible.
The second project we worked on was repurposing modular classrooms. For anyone who might not know, modular classrooms are essentially manufactured homes that schools may use during times of renovation or if there's just not enough room for all the students in the school. So what we did was we tried to create a partnership with schools all across the state of New Hampshire to see if they had any modular classrooms that we could take and provide for resident-owned communities. In doing so, providing these modular classrooms for these communities as community centers allows them to build a greater sense of community through trainings, meetings, and other social events.
While we worked on all these projects simultaneously, the big one that we worked on throughout this whole summer was the creation of a video series with the communication department of the New Hampshire Community Loan Fund. This video series is aimed at residents who have just found out that their home is up for sale. It will include interviews with current residents of resident-owned communities talking about the process, their experience, and the benefits of being resident-owned. We also produced, between the two of us, a video about the ROC and Age team and the amazing work that they're doing. We'll share with you now a small clip of this video talking about the success the team has had so far.
People build wealth in this country is through real estate ownership. It's not like you can ever level the playing field, but you can work out some of the divots.
A woman that had a toddler, she's a single mother, said to me that because the lot rent was so affordable, it was the difference between her being homeless and not. And who knows if that neighborhood would have maintained its affordability if an investor owner had bought it, changed the use, changed the character of the community. But for me, that meant that there was a mother with a roof over her head with her child.
Success is when residents of a park can make an educated decision as to whether or not they're buying their community.
Be able to keep their rent stable and be able to build community and pull people together and make their communities places where they want to live.
When they start to see that the value of their homes is actually rising.
Well, 123 communities with no failures over the course of 33 years.
This is what makes it all worth it, is knowing that you're empowering an individual and in empowering a community, all at the same time.
But just that feeling of going to bed at night knowing that's going to be your home for the rest of your life, if that's what you choose, or that's going to be a safe place to raise your children, and you can afford it.
We just wanted to take this opportunity to thank Faina and Fiona for this experience, and as well as Lauren Haley for helping us with the presentation.
We'd also like to thank the ROC New Hampshire team for such an incredible summer. And whether we're in the world of social work or in the world of business, we hope to be able to continue to spread your ideals of advocating for those who can't always advocate for themselves through compassion, empathy, and dedication. Thank you.